focusing on one of the areas that we as occupational therapists work on with your children, and that is handwriting or pre-writing skills. If you ever come to the gym and see your child wheelbarrow walking or leaning over a peanut roll while working on some of the fine motor tasks, you might say to yourself, "That's strange. Why is she doing that task when she said she would be working on handwriting with him?" It's important to note that before any child can have good distal control, which is control over their fingers and hands, they need to have good proximal control, which is good control and strength of their shoulder girdle, back muscles, abdominals, and neck muscles. This is very important so that your child can have good sitting posture, focus, and endurance for the task he is engaging in at tabletop. Now, when your child does begin to engage in pre-writing skills, the very first grasp you're going to notice is called a palmar supinate grasp. Here the marker rests firmly in the palm with the thumb wrapped around the top. You will note that your child will use his entire arm and shoulder for control, and their writing is usually limited to spontaneous scribbling. A good idea at this point is to give your child one of those big, fat crayons and large pieces of paper so they can explore their new skill. By the time your child reaches the age of 2 to 3, the next grasp you will begin to notice is called a digital pronate grasp. The marker is now held by all 4 digits with the fingers pointing downward. Arm movement is still used for control. At this stage, a nice idea is for you to start to use those incline boards or easels because it encourages a little bit of wrist extension, which is necessary for a more mature grasp. From there, the static tripod grasp begins to emerge. At the age of around 3.5, your child will begin to move that marker from all 4 digits into his first 3 digits, with the marker resting between the thumb and index finger and resting on the knuckle of the middle finger. Here, there is little movement of the fingers, with the control still coming from the forearm and wrist. A nice idea at this stage is to take out those small pieces of broken crayons that you have at home. This forces the child to move the tool from the palm into the fingers, because if it's actually held in the palm, it won't reach the paper. Finally, at around the age of 5 to 6 years, we reach the dynamic tripod grasp. With this mature pencil grasp, the marker still rests as before, but the last 2 digits begin to tuck inward. There is less forearm and wrist movement, with the control coming from the actual digits. To encourage those last 2 digits to stay tucked, have your child hold onto a cotton ball while coloring with a crayon or marker. Remember to have fun and watch those balls. Encourage your budding Michelangelo to use the paper.